I'm just a guy who wastes your time by making content about things that waste your time. It's all just a waste of time. Where winds meet. Okay. And what is this now? Oh, it's Asian spectacle action adventure. Looks pretty polished. Do you play a woman in this one? Like, it's hard to tell. It's so hard to tell these days. You just can never be sure. Uh, Where the Winds Meet is an epic wuxia open world action adventure role playing game set in ancient China at the 10th century. Players will assume the role of a young sword master as they embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries of their own identity. Sounds like a lot of young people these days, once they spend a little bit too much time on the internet and reading manga and watching anime. Let the Wind carry your legend on, an epic journey to the east. Came out on the 14th of November from Everstone Studio and NetEase Games. It is free. Huh. I don't know if I trust NetEase as far as I can throw them, but okay. Explore an open world of infinite possibilities, master the art of wuxia combat, an era of chaos, beauty, and destiny. Weave your story, choose your path. Engage in authentic ancient pastimes. Oh no, you're a dude, I guess. Or maybe you have a choice. I don't know. It's hard to tell. An era on the brink, a hero on the rise. Immerse yourself. I mean, it looks great. An open world of infinite possibilities. Master your way of wuxia combat. Adventure alone or forge your community. You get to create your own character. Okay. So it's not an MMO, or is it an MMO? And how is it free? How do they monetize it? There's just so many questions here. And I don't want to risk downloading it. I don't care how shiny it is. The best cons are the ones that look the most convincing. You know what I mean? That's how they rope you in. That's how they get your grandma to go down to the local Best Buy, get a bunch of gift cards, and come home and give them all to somebody. That's, I don't know. I think I'd have to watch some gameplay of this just to be convinced. But I'm curious. And yeah, it is so strange to me how this free to play model has filled me with such apprehension. Wild. I mean, I get it. We live in a world where games like, what the hell is it called? The big one that makes like millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's like makes more money than Fortnite every month, and it's just full of weeaboo anime trash with the infantilized girls and all that shit. And it's got like it's just the production value is insane. This production value is even higher than that. Like that one I'm thinking of is just cartoony, and this is like full on photorealistic. It's what you should aspire to as well as a game developer. Like this is pinnacle visuals, right? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm very curious. I'll have to do some more research on this one. I think I'm gonna follow this one just to see what goes on with it. Escape from Tarkov on Steam. What? Man, I haven't thought about Tarkov for a while. My experience with Tarkov was not great. The actual game. It's just the skill gap is too high. The game itself is extremely hard. So I ended up downloading the single player mod. I don't know if you can do that in the Steam version. There's probably a way. And the experience increased tenfold. It was much more pleasurable. You set all the parameters. Yeah, you're only fighting bots. There isn't another sweaty human lurking in a bush somewhere on the other side of the map. But I found it extremely enjoyable to be able to set all the parameters and just go through and experience the game's story. It's in heavy air quotes there. Even doing it single player and being able to complete all the tasks, it took days and days and days to get through this. There's so much content in this game. It's an extraction shooter, super high quality, more of a survival horror game, really. It's quite terrifying. This will get your blood pumping and heart racing, adrenaline running. And if you have heart conditions, you might want to watch out. But it's excellent. I'm curious to see the price because I paid and this was years ago, like $170 for the privilege of playing this game. And I got the Ultimate Edition or whatever it was back when I was still spending money on those kind of things because there was no other way to get it. And I figured, why not? Because the Ultimate Edition, it was actually kind of pay to win so it's an extraction shooter. You go into these maps, there's bots and humans. They're all trying to kill you. It's super hostile. You go in and loot, get certain items from in these buildings and crates and stuff, and then you try to get to an extraction spot and get out. And then on the outside, you have a hideout that you can upgrade. All that gear and loot and stuff you take from in the map is useful outside in the metagame progression. And there's a stash. There's your inventory space. And the better edition of the game that you had, the more inventory space you had. And you run out of that inventory space pretty quick. There are some hardcore players who will just play with the basic edition and suffer that way. Because you can slowly expand your stash space by playing the game as well. But yeah, anyways. Escape from Tarkov is the original extraction first-person shooter where every raid is a gamble with death. Yeah, these are the guys that started it all. We would not have Arc Raiders without Escape from Tarkov. It's kind of fascinating. Prep your raid, bleed, endure, and fight through ruthless PMC, that's paramilitary company, I think, players, and scavengers. Gain tactical advantage and cling to your loot. Only extraction decides if you live or lose it all. Yeah, there's a lot to say about this game. Like, I'm very knowledgeable about this game and how it works. But I think if you are looking for a game that has extremely high friction, does not hold your hand, and if you really want to explore it and discover all of its secrets and nooks and crannies and how things work, this is a game that will occupy you for years. Absolutely, 100%. And I do recommend it in that regard. Only extraction decides if you live or lose it all. Came out on the 15th of November from Battlestate Games. Little indie company, by the way. Ultra rich now. Self-published. They require a Battlestate account. I wonder if this just loads the launcher, because they have their separate launcher. They only want $70 for the standard edition and $115 for the Left Behind edition and $153 for the Prepare for Escape edition. I paid more. I'm pretty sure I paid more. So it came down in price? Interesting. We have pioneered the genre of extraction shooters. I mean, it's true. It's not hyperbole. They did it. They started this whole trend. And there's so many extraction shooters have come out and failed since then. And still Tarkov reigns kind of supreme. I mean, I think Arc Raiders has eaten a lot of their pie. But that's good. Competition in the space is great. And it's nice. Arc Raiders and Escape from Tarkov are kind of diametrically opposite. Escape from Tarkov, ultra realistic, Eastern European setting, unique sort of vibes. And Arc Raiders a sci-fi sort of thing with its own unique take on it. So yeah, it's great to have these kind of things in the market for sure. Escape from Tarkov is the benchmark. This is where the mechanics of escaping from a conflict zone came into being. It isn't just player versus player or player versus environment. It's a world where every decision impacts your survival. Every raid is a unique scenario. You go in taking risks and come out with the spoils, or don't come out at all. Yeah, and it's interesting. It's like a story generator sort of thing, if you want to play it like that, because it's like it says on the box, every run is unique, and you end up generating a lot of interesting narrative internally. Realistic character manipulation, ballistics, advanced armor system, bleedings, fractures. This is not just another shooter game. It's a simulation of combat in extreme conditions. Yeah, I don't want to glaze them too much. I know I've already gone off kind of the deep end on this. I know this game has a lot of its detractors, but it's very, very difficult to deny the depth of shooting simulation that this game has. It's, again, an idea sort of taken to its logical conclusion. The maps, it will tax your system. I don't know how optimized it is now. I'm going to have to download it and check it out, because I'm sure with whatever the Steam release is, this is probably their 1.0, which has been how many years in the making now? 15 plus? Long time this game's been in development. Some of the maps, even on my system, which is reasonably high-powered, they choke. You got to turn down. I got to turn down a lot of the settings to make the game run smoothly. And you want it to run smoothly because it is ultra realistic, and you can get shot and killed by one bullet. You can spend 45 minutes scavenging these places, doing your utmost, and someone can just shoot you randomly by chance and murder you, or cause a wound that will slowly murder you as you try to limp towards the extraction. It's crazy how good this game is. Anyways, yeah. Game features realistic combat with firearms, blood effects, injury mechanics such as bleeding and limb damage, and occasional strong language. No female operatives, as far as I know, too. If that's a thing, if that's a deal breaker for you or a deal maker, this is it. Yeah, I own this, so I'm good. But there you go. Hopefully, I gave it a good overview. Alpha Point. Now, what is this? Temu Tarkov? What? You can actually do a nice side-by-side juxtaposition between a game that's been in development for 15 years and a game that somebody made on a weekend out of asset packs. Like, okay, it's just there's something about it, right? It's soulless. It's like there's no intention. There was no intention in the design. Alpha Point, solo indie multiplayer first-person shooter featuring ray-traced realistic visuals and slick gunplay. Can we all admit that ray tracing is kind of just snake oil bullshit? They tried to sell us on this with the RTX cards, and it's actually trash. Like, it does nothing, and now a lot of developers are sort of backing away from it, especially with the implementations in Unreal Engine, the Lumen and the Nanite engines. They're just not using it. Like, Arc Raiders doesn't use it at all, and that's why it runs so well. Like, it really did nothing. And I remember the original presentation for the RTX cards where it was like you were able to see the fire from the environment in player characters' eyes if you were close enough to... Like, we still, all these years later, even with all the advancements, and you look at how far sort of Cyberpunk 2077 pushed that RTX narrative, it never really lived up to it. Honestly, to my eyes, RTX does not really add anything visually spectacular to the gameplay, the reflections. Okay, what? Anyways, risk it all in a unique rank and loadout system. Win matches to earn tags and progress. Lose and watch it slip away. Fight in a free-for-all, team deathmatch. Capture the flag. TSG? What mode is TSG? Across 5 maps with your custom loadout. Available now. Came out on the 25th of August from C4W Game Studios LLC. Solo indie, by the way. Rather than using their name, they made up this name. C4W, like what? It's free, is it though? Next generation solo indie masterpiece. Wow, bro. Talk about no truth in advertising. What? Featuring nothing. Stunning ray-traced graphics. Clean your glasses, bro. They're dirty. Fluid movement and gunplay, innovative rank and loadout system, diverse gameplay modes, 5 unique maps, 11 distinct weapons, a local voice chat, robust anti-cheat, non-intrusive protection built into the code itself. I'll bet you it was hacked day one. And Bartholomew, there's a cat in there? So this is a meme. It has to be. Built by a passionate solo developer. I think your passion is lacking here, friend. There's blood, simulated character death, firearms, depictions of war, and general violence. I'm not saying there's not a space for this, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this. Like, anytime I shit on a game like this, I'm never, ever saying, don't try. Don't do it. But when your game is a half-ass execution of something else that's incredible, that exists in the marketplace already, I have to wonder why you bothered. That's just my feeling. And that's how I always felt as an indie game developer. I didn't feel good about charging money for my games until my 40th game, and then shortly thereafter I succumbed to depression and gave up. So, that's where I'm coming from. But hey, whatever, you make up your own mind. Driving Life. What is this now? Looks like you're a Slav slop sort of thing. You're finally here. This is my dad's old car that he wanted you to have. Do you want me to help you find a place to stay on the island? Okay. I want you to put on a bra. That's all right, I don't get it. You're driving a car around, I guess, some driving simulator. It's the same girl in a different outfit working at the convenience store. But yeah, it looks like it takes place in Eastern Europe. Okay. Driving Life is a hardcore driving survival game set in rural America. This is rural America? When? When the Soviets took over after they won World War II. Earn money by driving manual cars, vans, and trucks, transport tourists, pay rent, buy fuel, and survive on a tight budget. Every dollar counts. Spend wisely or go broke. Came out on the 14th of November from Chrysope Games. Oh, it's a Playway SA production. Okay, that explains a lot. They want 1950 for it. I'm starting to get that shit confused. Am I losing my mind a bit? Driving Life, a hardcore driving survival experience. I'm probably getting recommended this because I finally started playing Pacific Drive, and it's a great game. It's wonderful. I would rather play that than this 100%. Realistic driving mechanics, diverse vehicles, hardcore economy, island life, resource management, ferry routes, survival on a budget. So this is rural America on an island? Like where? What? How? Your adventure begins in a modest motel where the owner might call you for work. Do you have what it takes to survive behind the wheel? It seems like streamer slop, sort of simulator slop. Playway SA never fills me with much confidence. The flat lighting always kind of turns me off, makes it look cheap. And this is the thing that you probably watch your favorite streamer play. I'm good. Space Sheep. Okay, have we not seen this game 6 times this week? Pixel throwback platformer. Looks like there's multiplayer in it, or co-op at least, and probably a bit of spike dislike where the environment can just murder you instantly. You're a brave sheep who was sent to space by the USSR to test a new spaceship, but it veered off course and crashed on an alien planet. You must travel across strange worlds and fend off enemies to make it back to Earth safely. Came out on the 11th of November from Grogs Games, self-published. They used a 0 instead of an O, and they want $1.30 for it. Well, that's about right. So it's their first platformer. They probably got a template from something in Godot engine and slapped it together. And that's how easy it is. You just get a tile set, millions of which are available free online, and away you go. A small project with big dreams. Space Sheep started as a school project, but thanks to our love for games and a lot of late-night coding, it made its way to Steam. Quit lying. Quit lying. Just stop lying. The effort implied that went into this is bullshit. Your support means the world. I guess this means nothing. Toy Escape. All right, been a minute since we've seen an Army Men style game. Do you actually construct your dude out of parts? It does have that flat Playway SA overlit sort of cheap look to it, though. Did they just get the one toy figure asset pack? Decide to make a bunch of levels? Toy Escape is a co-op game. None of the screenshots show more than one character, though. For up to 4 players, where you play as a small toy trying to climb your way through a giant house to reach the rooftop and escape. Jump, climb, and find your way out in this fun toy-sized adventure. Fun, bro. I'll be the judge of that. Came out on the 4th of November from Samuel DePablo and David Gallardo. All right, kudos for using your real names. Published by Head Arrow. There is a demo, a free sample. I like that. It's like I'm at Costco. They want $6.50 for it, and they want you to join their Discord straight up. Imagine joining a community for this. It's like coming across this and being that's the scene I want to be a part of. All right, I get it. You don't move like a soldier though. They should have used the 15 frames animation to make it look more like a stop motion kind of thing. That would have been a nice aesthetic choice. All right, you can team up with your friends to jump around, climb your way to freedom. Colorful, stylized visuals, bright, polished graphic. This is polished. You got your lighting model completely fucking wrong. I'm sorry. And a lot of this looks like it came out of asset packs. Oh, and they used machines. Some visual assets, including banners and promotional materials, were created with the assistance of a machine. Were they? Yeah, they did, because they left the piss yellow AI filter on top of their banner. That's whatever, bro. Good luck. Go-Kart Island. Tired of playing Mario Kart? Probably a lot of people are fatigued already by Mario Kart. I would imagine they've been fatigued for months. But here you go. You can be this one with animals for some reason. And a baby's first karting game, probably. Overuse of the cell shader. Not really a good look, in my opinion. Wouldn't want to look at this for longer than I have to look at the screenshots here, honestly. An open-world kart racer. Use items, drift, slide, and boost your way to championship glory as you help Lachlan the Highland Cow complete his lifelong dream of winning the big race and becoming go-kart champion. I don't want to be Lachlan the Cow. Came out on the 10th of November from Grumpy Pizza, self-published. There is a demo. They want $13 for it. And there's a full story mode with 34 different events, 150 collectibles, giraffes, turtles, sheep. We got them all. 32 different animals to chat with. Oh, that's why you made this game. I get it. You're a furry. Aim for the gold trophy in 84 challenges, a variety of items to use on opponents, a fully honkable cart horn, honk, compatible with the demo, which features the first 5 events of the story mode, so you can try before you buy. Or just buy, I have a mortgage to pay. Perhaps you should consider a different career. Game development has a 0.0001% chance of paying your mortgage, unless you're doing it for a AAA company as a career. So this ain't gonna cut it, bro. The island caught up in a big, okay, there's a story, who cares? There's kart racing, we get it. There's time trials, they got to do some collectibles, and you can explore around because it's open world. Wow. Good luck paying your mortgage, Grumpy Pizza. I hope the bank doesn't repo your house. Campfire Stories, The Giant of Green Peaks. All right, what is this? It's footage of the Yeti. Okay, they got their lighting model right, at least. Dark, spooky forest. Creating horror content or curating games? Contact us on Discord to get a free review key. Get the fuck out of here. You actually put that in as a screenshot? The Giant of Green Peaks. Ever wondered what you would do as the main character in those eerie campfire stories that kept you awake? Become hunted by an infamous cryptid deep in the ancient woods where you must outsmart what can't be fought. And find out, can you survive in the terrifying Pacific Northwest wilderness? I mean, I do. I live out here. It's good. I have a warm house with a heat pump. It's wonderful. I'm sensing a machine-generated splash art here, and I was thinking about this from the last one and many that we've seen. A lot of the indie developers claim to have used the machine to generate this little splash image, which is fundamentally the poster for your video game. I think what happens is they get to the point where they're publishing on Steam, and then in order to complete the publishing process, the system asks you for an image to fit in this box, and they realize they have fucking nothing. Like, honestly, this should be key art that defines what your game is. And so many indies don't even start from that. They got nothing until the end, and they're just like, all right, I'll just prompt a machine to spit something out, right? I think that that's a huge red flag now that I think about it. If that's what they're using the machines for, then their product likely has no artistic direction at all. It's not just the fact that they used the machine to replace an artist. I don't give a shit about that. If you can use it wisely, it saves you time and money, great, fantastic. But just having no internal vision for the thing is a mistake. Anyways, this came out on the 27th of October from Wicked Games Workshop, published by Wicked. Okay, there's a demo. They want $260 for it. It's a new horror anthology. This is only the first chapter. Heart-pounding pursuit and stealth, atmospheric sound design, and a compact gripping experience about an hour's worth. Notice any translation inaccuracies or want to suggest localization improvements, come and do it for free. Be our free Q&A people in our Discord community. Fuck off. Shadows Grove. All right. What's this now? A strong black female protagonist, an answer to Forspoken, is it? Why does she have white dreads, though? Is she just old? And what is that UI? And why is the presentation in like a weird tablet mode? I don't know, bro. Step into the serene yet ever-shifting afterlife on a journey to reunite with your lost wolf companion. Explore surreal environments, solve thought-provoking puzzles, and navigate distorted enemies as you work through the tangled emotions of loss and moving forward. Why is it? Why this? Why are we dealing with grief here? Developer self-insert trauma dump? Came out on the 17th of October from Fenris Games. Oh, it's a student game. DigiPen Institute of Technology. Been a minute since we've seen a student game. It is free. An emotionally driven action-adventure game following the journey of Astrid, a young spirit guide struggling to accept the loss of her lifelong companion, Eri. Oh, they were lesbians. Great. Black lesbian with white dreads on an emotional journey to get through their grief. Fucking wonderful, bro. I can't imagine the team that made this game's got to smell great. The game was developed as a student project at DigiPen Institute of Technology and was created for educational purposes only. Please check out our publisher page for more information. Yeah, I don't know what kind of education I'm going to get playing this game. I mean, it looks halfway decent. Just a weird overall makeup. And yeah, I'm good on that. Cyber Shard Clicker. Okay, what are we doing here with the scan lines to hide the crappiness of the chunky pixel art? I don't know. Is it, yeah, it's a idler of some sorts. It's so horrific, low effort. Cyber Shard Clicker is a short incremental game. Why are they always doing this now? This short incremental game? Like, weren't incremental games just supposed to go on and on and on forever? Like, what's the point of finishing it in an hour? Break down geometric shapes representing hostile cyber attacks against Vault Incorporated. Gather data shards, upgrade your hacking skills, and spend your data shards to unlock permanent boosts in the vast skill tree to push your cyber assault even further. Came out on the 11th of November from Overaction Game Studio. Overaction. I think you've got some false advertising there. And published by Overaction and Ravox. There is a demo. They want $5 for it. And I wonder why anything like this would ever need a separate publisher. Or maybe they just make up the name when they press publish on the Steam page. Like, seriously, you don't need a publisher. Unless they're doing advertising for you. Was there an ad placed by Ravox in the latest issue of Game Informer? Like, what are we talking about here? Cyber beats and glitch effects set the mood for your digital assault, but all the game objects are squares and circles and triangles. Like, what? There's a skill tree, cyberpunk incremental hacker experience. I don't think so. Like, you could have at least, if you're going to go this route, I would have gone vector, with glowing line art rather than just simple primitives. But, whatever, you made your game. It's fine. Immersive neon aesthetic, I disagree. Satisfying progression system, probably also a big disagreement there. Skill tree, strategic choices, endless replayability. I thought it was short. And an atmospheric soundtrack. Thank you so much. I'm a solo indie game developer, you don't say. And I'm constantly improving the game based on community feedback. So it's never, nobody's saying anything. You're not improving the game, right? By purchasing and playing, you're supporting my journey to keep creating better and more engaging experiences. Best wishes and see you in the grid. I think you're going to have a pretty short journey here. Overaction Game Studio. Good luck. That time I got reincarnated as an autonomous robotic vacuum cleaner in all caps. What is this trend of putting the titles in all caps? So again, here's another, still trying to figure out how to do 3D properly, so they hide it a bit. Fully aliased, flat lighting. It looks like something that I made in Unity like 15 years ago. A short horror humor game where you play as an autonomous robotic vacuum cleaner trying to clean a haunted house. Came out on the 17th of October from Jacob Moore, published by Igloo Games LLC. Really? How much do you want to bet that that's Jacob Moore's LLC? Anyways, kudos for using your real name. $7.80 is the asking price. It's a 2-hour game where apparently robots get scared, I guess. It can feel fear. Nice. So it's the typical thing. They've got a little bit of that pressure washer simulator, like the super reduced version of that. I don't know that robots have those kind of abilities. Would you want an autonomous robot roving around your house that can just spray water on whatever it wants? It would probably electrocute you. The time I got reincarnated, no, I'm not getting reincarnated as a robot. That's not happening. Robots don't have souls. The Pope just said that the machines don't have souls. Come on now, I got to listen to the Pope. Winds of Arcana Ruination. Ruination. That's what will happen to your life if you pursue the dream of the indie game developer. Ruination. 99.99% chance of total ruination. Spiritual, mental, and physical. Don't believe me? Go ahead. There's tons of case studies. There's got to be. Go ask any indie who's struggling. Discover the secrets of a sundered world as you help Arin save his comrades in this story-rich, fully voiced 2.5D action platformer. Fight terrible dangers and explore ancient mysteries as Arin uncovers the forces that forge his destiny. Came out on the 14th of November from Brood Games, published by 1312 Interactive. They want $17 for it, and of course they want you to join their Discord. I think this is another huge red flag, where it's like, why? I was watching the Rush documentary. I think I mentioned this a few days ago. And I don't know if you know this. Rush is a Canadian power trio, progressive rock band. You might have heard of them. Tom Sawyer. It's a banger. Give it a listen. Their drummer, Neil Peart, who died a few years ago, was acknowledged as one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. And he never made public appearances with Rush. Never did any of the fan meet and greets. Never did any of any of those personal promotional things. Not till the very end. He did a couple interviews, like he went on the late shows and such, but he was never one of those guys to go out and meet the people. And he had like very good reason. He was an extremely intelligent, well-read individual. And he's like, you know, his whole point of view was that he was huge fans of other musicians, but he never in his wildest dreams felt like he needed to go and meet the people. Like, why? Just appreciate their output. But this whole thing now where you can have direct one-to-one contact with the creators, I don't know, there's just something about, you're opening yourself up to a whole bunch of bullshit. Just people and their ideas and their mental problems, and like the kind of person who would be interested in contacting you directly for something you created, they've got mental problems. They do. And you don't want to be involved in any of that. Like, believe me, even at my time as an indie game developer, I had a public email address for a while, and I was inundated by people who wanted to just suck away my time and energy helping them make their ideas or helping them do their shit. And it was just, bro, exhausting. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And that's why I sit alone in a fortress of solitude all these years later. Anyways, this is whatever. I'd rather play the 2 Prince of Persia 2D games that have come out recently. So I'm good. Let's get out of here. That is 19,487 games viewed in the Steam Discovery queues. You have yourself a fantastic day.